Hi, I'm Trish. I am starting optifast tomorrow for my 2 weeks pre-op diet prior to having my lap band removed after having it in there for 5.5 years. I'm really glad to be getting it out. I'm making this video. I know I've made videos before about optifast and pre-op and everything, but I thought I will do this another one as an old hand, because I've done optifast many times and I've learned a few things from my experiences. So I thought I would make this as an old hand and go over, because I'm doing the same prep essentially as someone who's going in for weight loss surgery for the very first time. So I thought I would go over how I prepare for that. I start my prep 2 days beforehand. I sit down and I have my, that's something else that's not related to optifast. I have my sheet here with my optifast, with my supplier. That's how often I've done optifast. I've got a supplier. And I've spoken about that in another video. And then I sit down and I work out, here's all my scratchings, how much optifast I will need for the period of time I'm doing it. This time it's a straight up 2 weeks. So I decided this time I'm not going to stuff around with desserts. I can't be asked. I enjoy eating them for the first week and then they're just a struggle to get down. So I thought I will just do 2 shakes a day and a bar each day. So I worked out, and of course, because it's optifast, it never works out neatly. You can't buy a box of 7 bars. You can only buy a box of 6 bars. And you can't buy a box of, 14 or 21 shakes. You can only buy 18 shakes. It's just ridiculous. So I have got a little bit extra because I know that when I go ahead and get sleeved, I'm going to need to do optifast again. So I thought it's not going to hurt to have a bit of leftovers. So I have enough shakes for 2 shakes every day. And on 2 days I'll have to do 3 shakes. It doesn't bother me. I like the taste of optifast. I have enough bars for 12 days. So I will probably save the 3 shakes a day for the last 2 days so that I just give my innards a little bit of a rest from some solid food, although I'll still be having veggies. So I order my optifast 2 days prior to starting optifast to give them 2 days to get it to me. It's normally here the very next day. It wasn't today, so I expect it on my front doorstep tomorrow, and then I can start. And as long as it gets here by about 12:30, which is when I start my eating when I'm on optifast, that'll be fine, and it will be. So I've done that, and then I sit down and I work out what veggies I want to eat for the 2 weeks, although I don't buy like 2 weeks worth of veggies because I like them fresh, but I write out a list of what I would like to eat. This time I'm going to be starting with, and I'll show you, I just did my shop before. I will show you what I bought in a little bit, but I'm basically I like to have like a salad for lunch and then something hot at dinner time. So I got a bunch of stuff to make salads, even including, lemons for lemon juice in my dressing and fresh herbs and that sort of thing. And then I'm going to start with plain steamed veggies. So I've got a variety of veggies that steam well, like broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, green beans. And I've got lots of different salad ingredients like spinach, rocket, zucchini, cabbage, that sort of thing. And if I get bored with all of that, I'm unlikely to get bored with the salads. I really enjoy my salads at lunchtime. If I get bored with the steamed veggies, and I very well may do, then I will get myself some bok choy, and I'll do some stir-fried bok choy, because you can stir-fry in water, and then I'll just put it in a tiny little bit of hoisin sauce, because you're allowed that. And when I get really, really bored, I'll make up my optifast soup, which is just basically a tomato and veggie soup. But I find that I did that last time and it just got just way too sweet. And because optifast is so sweet, it's got an incredible amount of sugar in it. I was just over sweet stuff, and all veggies then just tasted sweet to me, and I was sick of it. So we'll see how I go. But I've got plenty of options, and it's only for 2 weeks. So that was my next step, because I'm starting optifast tomorrow. So I shopped for my veggies today. I will show you now everything I bought, and I think, give me a second, I'll just get the receipt because I don't want to lie. What I'll say is what I should have said was I'll get my glasses and get the receipts, otherwise I can't see anything. In my little greengrocer, my big greengrocer store that I love, I spent, where is it? How come I don't know how to, $31 in the greengrocers, and then I went into the supermarket and I did not buy a large kiwi fruit, I got the wrong receipt. Then I went into the supermarket and I got some sesame oil, some cordial, I know I bought 3 things. Oh, and a bag of like coleslaw mix, so shredded up cabbage and other stuff. And that was $10. So on the optifast I spent $115 for the 2 weeks. And you better believe that's cheap. And $31 in the greengrocers and another $10 in the supermarket. So that's not too bad. And I don't need to buy any other foods now. Those veggies will last me bare minimum 2 weeks. And in all honesty, I'll probably have lots of veggies like left over within a week that aren't real fresh anymore to be eating fresh. But I'll chuck them all in a soup. I'll make a soup out of them, buy a couple of tins of, home brand tomatoes and make soup, and they'll be fine. Veggies are great when they've gone past their use by date to be made into soup. So I've done that. The only thing I need to do now in preparation for tomorrow is my food funeral, which is going to be, and I'm just being straight up honest here, this is what I do. I'm going to be just eating ice cream, cookies and cream ice cream tonight, and having a couple of gins. I'm not even going to have dinner, and all I've eaten today is I had a mini party pie and a chocolate brownie, and a bite of a macaron. So my eating has been really good today so far. And as I said, tonight just ice cream and some gin, and I'll get into it tomorrow. I think a lot of us like to have that food funeral before starting on optifast, and I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, because it you can knock all those cravings out of the way of things that you're going to miss. Having said that, I very rarely eat ice cream. It's just I just sat down and I thought, what do I really want to eat? If calories meant nothing, what would I eat? And it's cookies and cream ice cream. So the scales will be up tomorrow for me because I'm eating ice cream. The carbs just make me retain so much fluid. But that's the next thing I will do tomorrow morning. I won't do it tonight. I'm too tired tonight. I just want to sit on my ass and eat ice cream and drink gin and cross-stitch. And I did want to watch Star Trek because the second half of the pilot episode was on tonight of Voyager, and I've never seen it before, and I'm not seeing it again. I'm pretty pissed off about that. I really, really, really like Star Trek. Tomorrow when I get up, I will weigh myself naked, and then I will, here it is, when I went for my original seminar thing at the Alfred Hospital, they made me do a seminar before getting lap banded. And this just sticks in my head because it's absolutely 1,000,000% true. The people who are most successful with weight loss surgery are the people who are obsessive, and it's generally only like 5% of people that are able to do it and be really, really, really successful. I was, in all honesty, very successful whilst I was being obsessive. That's how it worked for me. They were right. You do have to be very, very obsessive. I don't think it's healthy. But I think it's just something that I'm going to have to try to incorporate into my life without being unhealthy about it. And yet, speaking of the obsessiveness, and the only reason that I stopped being so obsessive was because I started to let other people get into my head about it. People saying, you're too obsessive, just eat the rice, just, don't stress over this, and don't weigh that slice of bread, and don't do this, and don't. I'm going to have to, there is no point doing this until I get sleeved. I just know that there's no point. I need some tool that will work for me to help me to do it. I will be obsessive again, and fuck anyone who tries to tell me how I should and shouldn't be. This is a way that my life is going to have to be for me to make it work and make it work forever. This is just going to have to be what my life is. But yeah, speaking of obsessive, this is my weight loss folder. Okay, it's not a thin folder. I'm very organised. I'm very anal about this sort of stuff. Look at this. This is records of my weight loss, and I'm talking about, this is my most recent, from my last stint on optifast. I plot out on graph paper my previous, because I've got all the records of all of my previous optifasts and weight losses and everything, and I plot out, it's all colour-coded, my most successful optifast weight loss, and I plot out the least successful optifast weight loss, and I must have hit a new level because there's a new line on here. I don't even know what it is. And then as I lose weight, then I work out what the average between the two is, and I plot that on, and that gives me an idea. I could almost tell you day to day what my weight loss will be because of this, because I have so much research, personal research, and then each day I weigh myself and I plot it in and I chart it and I get some idea of where I'm going to be, and I write down, like what the BMI will be and try to, and it's also kind of fun for me because I've got a very mathematically minded brain, and I like to see the numbers, and I like to try to predict where I'm going to be on a given date, or like what the next weight loss will be the next day. So I know, and I can tell you when I'm going to plateau, I can tell you when I'm going to gain. It's just fun for me, but I don't do that all the time. I only do that when I'm on optifast now. But there is some paperwork in there where I was trying to plot for several months if my my menstrual cycles had any impact on my weight. No, they don't. So that's where I'm at the moment. Tomorrow I start optifast, and I might document that as well, like what I'm eating and how I'm feeling and everything. I do expect that I'm going to be hungry all the way through. I know that in the past, by about day 3 or day 4, I wasn't hungry anymore, but something inside my body has broken and just gone, fuck you optifast, fuck you ketosis, and I know from the last couple of times that I've done optifast, I will remain hungry through the entire thing. So I'm looking forward to being hungry for 2 weeks. That's going to be fun. Especially the going to bed with a rumbly tummy and not being able to sleep because I'm so fucking hungry for 2 weeks. So that's it for now. I'll update more as I've got more.